Welcome to our deep dive today. We're going to be exploring AI, artificial intelligence, and how it's changing the world of facilities management.
It's pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah, and we're looking at a really cool ebook called AI-Powered Facilities Management, Revolutionizing Productivity and Customer Experience. It's really insightful. It's amazing how AI is like reshaping how we operate and maintain buildings. What do you think?
Well, yeah, what's fascinating to me is that it's shifting from this, kind of futuristic concept to like a really practical tool for making buildings more efficient, cost-effective, environmentally friendly, all that good stuff.
I'm curious about that shift. The ebook talks about companies like CBRE and JLL using AI. What kind of impact are we talking here? Like, are these changes noticeable?
Absolutely noticeable. CBRE, for instance, was dealing with some pretty, high maintenance costs and equipment breakdowns. So they implemented AI-powered predictive analytics to kind of keep their HVAC systems in check. And the results were, well, they were remarkable. 20% reduction in energy costs.
Wow.
Yeah. Imagine what that means for a large company. I mean, potentially enough savings to fund like additional building upgrades or improvements.
20% is huge. So instead of like reacting to breakdowns, they're using AI to anticipate them.
Right.
That sounds kind of like science fiction.
It might sound futuristic, but it's very real. And that's the essence of predictive maintenance. Think of it as giving your building a sixth sense.
Oh, I like that.
IoT sensors, right? They act as the building's nerves, constantly gathering data on how the equipment is performing. Temperature, vibration, you name it.
So it's like the building's always reporting on its own health.
Exactly.
But how does it go from collecting all that data to like actually predicting problems?
Well, that's where the brain of the system comes in, right?
Yeah.
Machine learning algorithms. They analyze all that data. They search for patterns, trends that might signal a future issue. And these algorithms are trained on historical data so they can recognize these kind of subtle warning signs that humans might miss.
It's like having a detective, constantly analyzing clues to prevent a crime before it happens.
Exactly.
Pretty cool. But how does this translate into action? Like, does someone get an email saying, hey, the AC unit on floor 3 might act up next week?
It's even more automated than that. The system can automatically generate work orders, schedule maintenance before anything actually breaks down.
Oh, wow.
This minimizes downtime, keeps the building running smoothly, saves a ton of money on emergency repairs.
Makes sense. Are there any other real-world examples of this in action? You mentioned JLL, right?
Yeah. JLL, they were facing these frequent HVAC failures. It was really disrupting their clients' businesses. So they implemented, AI-driven predictive maintenance, and they managed to reduce HVAC downtime by a whopping 30%.
30%?
Yeah. That's almost a third less downtime, which means buildings are fully operational, more productive, that much more often.
Incredible.
Yeah, it is.
These numbers are really making it clear that AI is like a game changer. It's not just about cost savings, is it? The ebook also talks about AI making buildings more sustainable.
Absolutely. AI has the potential to be a true champion for sustainability. The ebook actually refers to it as a green champion, and rightfully so. It acts like a built-in sustainability consultant, constantly monitoring energy use and identifying areas where resources are being wasted.
So AI can actually help buildings become more eco-friendly? I'm always a bit skeptical of tech solutions that claim to solve big problems like climate change. But this seems, promising.
Oh yeah, no, it's not just a claim, it's already happening.
Yeah.
Companies like, ISS and Sodexo, they're using AI to achieve significant positive environmental impacts, reducing their carbon footprint, optimizing resource allocation, and really demonstrating that AI can be a powerful tool for a greener future.
I love that idea, buildings becoming, more responsible citizens, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's like they're finally catching up to, the growing awareness of our environmental impact.
Exactly. And the beauty of it is that these sustainability initiatives often lead to cost savings as well.
Oh, okay.
When you use energy more efficiently, you're naturally going to see lower utility bills. So it's a win-win for both the planet and the bottom line.
That's a win I can get behind. But, we've focused a lot on the building itself. What about the people working or living in these spaces?
Right. Yeah.
How does AI impact their experience?
That's where AI gets really interesting. Imagine a building that can learn your preferences and personalize your experience. You walk into your office and the temperature, lighting, even the music adjusts to your liking. Or let's say you need help finding a meeting room and an AI-powered concierge guides you effortlessly.
Wow, it sounds like the building becomes like an extension of you, catering to your individual needs.
Exactly. And it's not just a futuristic vision. Companies like Hilton and Marriott are already using AI to elevate customer service, create more personalized experiences for their guests. Imagine checking into a hotel and having the room automatically adjust to your preferred temperature and lighting as soon as you walk in.
That's incredible.
It is.
It sounds like we're moving towards a world where buildings aren't just structures, but like intelligent systems that enhance our lives. But with all this talk of AI collecting data and making decisions, I can't help but wonder about the potential downsides. What are some of the challenges that come with integrating AI into facilities management?
Yeah, you're right to raise that question. Like any powerful technology, AI has to be implemented responsibly. One of the biggest concerns is data privacy, right? These AI systems rely on collecting and analyzing data about how people use the building. So it's crucial to ensure that this data is handled securely and ethically.
Makes sense. People need to feel confident that their privacy is protected, especially in their, work or living spaces.
Absolutely. And companies are taking this seriously. The ebook highlights how they're implementing, strong data encryption, privacy protocols to address these concerns.
That's good to hear. It sounds like they're being proactive about, mitigating potential risks.
They are. And another challenge is, ensuring a smooth transition to these new technologies. Not everyone is comfortable with the idea of AI managing their work environment. So, clear communication, training, and addressing people's concerns are crucial for successful implementation.
It's all about helping people understand the benefits and addressing any anxieties they might have. But let's be honest, some people might worry that AI will eventually replace their jobs altogether. Is that a valid concern?
It's a valid question, and it's one that comes up often. Yeah. But the reality is much more nuanced. While AI will undoubtedly automate certain tasks, it's not about replacing humans, but rather augmenting their capabilities.
So it's more about collaboration than competition.
Exactly. AI can handle, those repetitive or data-heavy tasks, freeing up human workers to focus on more complex, creative aspects of facilities management, the tasks that require, critical thinking, problem-solving, interpersonal skills. Those are the areas where humans will continue to excel.
That's a reassuring perspective. It's not about, humans versus robots, but humans and robots working together to create a better future for buildings and the people who use them. Speaking of the future, where do you see all of this heading? What's next for AI in facilities management?
The future is incredibly exciting. We're talking about buildings that are truly autonomous, seamlessly adapting to the needs of their occupants. Picture smart cities where buildings are integrated into a network that optimizes energy use and resource allocation for the entire urban environment.
Wow, that sounds amazing. But before we get too carried away with visions of the future, let's take a step back and recap what we've learned so far.
Okay.
AI is already transforming facilities management in profound ways, right? It's making buildings more efficient, sustainable, and responsive to human needs, and it's happening right now.
That's right.
And this ebook we're diving into provides a roadmap for getting started with implementing AI, no matter the size or type of building.
Yeah. It's a true game changer, and as we continue our deep dive, we'll uncover even more fascinating applications of AI and explore the exciting possibilities that lie ahead.
Stay tuned.
We'll be back after a quick break to delve into some specific examples of companies leading the way in this field.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of AI-powered facilities management. Before the break, we were talking about some pretty remarkable transformations happening in buildings right now, thanks to AI.
Yeah, and we've only scratched the surface. There are so many more fascinating applications of AI in facilities management we haven't even touched on yet. For instance, how AI is revolutionizing building security and emergency response.
Oh, no, that's an area where AI could make a real difference. I'm picturing, something beyond just security cameras recording footage. Is that what we're talking about?
You're exactly right. Think intelligent surveillance systems. AI-powered cameras can analyze footage in real time.
Okay.
Identifying potential threats like, unauthorized access or suspicious activity. It's like having an incredibly vigilant security guard who never misses a detail.
So these cameras are not just recording, they're actively understanding what they're seeing.
Yes.
That's pretty impressive.
It is. And these AI algorithms can be trained to recognize specific behaviors that might indicate a security risk. Imagine a camera that can detect someone loitering in a restricted area or attempting to, force open a door. The system can then trigger an alert notifying security personnel in real time.
That sounds incredibly effective. It takes security to a whole new level of proactiveness. But what about situations where there's already an incident in progress? How can AI help with emergency response?
Well, imagine a fire breaks out in a large office building. An AI-powered system could instantly analyze the situation, identify the safest evacuation routes, and guide occupants to exits using, digital signage or mobile alerts, even taking into account real-time factors like the location of the fire and the movement of people.
Wow, that could be a lifesaver in a crisis situation. It could help prevent panic and ensure that everyone gets to safety as quickly as possible.
Exactly. And AI doesn't stop there. It can also play a crucial role in post-emergency analysis, helping organizations learn from incidents and improve their response protocols for the future. By analyzing data from the event, AI can identify areas where the response could be improved, leading to, more effective emergency plans and potentially saving lives in the future.
It's incredible how AI can be involved in every stage of security and emergency response. It's like having a comprehensive safety net woven into the fabric of the building. Are there any examples of companies successfully implementing these AI-powered security systems?
Absolutely. The eBook highlights a few compelling case studies. For instance, ISS, a global facilities management company, has implemented AI surveillance systems that has significantly reduced response times to security breaches, allowing them to address potential threats much faster than traditional methods. And JLL, another industry leader, is using AI to create smart evacuation tools, which have made their buildings significantly safer in the event of an emergency.
Those are some really encouraging examples. It sounds like AI is making buildings not just smarter, but safer. But we've talked a lot about the kind of operational side of things. I'm curious about the design and construction phase. Does AI play a role there as well?
That's a great question. And the answer is a resounding yes. AI is not just changing how buildings are operated, but also how they're conceived and constructed. Think about the process of designing a building, right? It involves mountains of data, complex calculations, and a whole lot of, creative problem solving. AI can assist with all of that.
So it's like having an AI architect or engineer working alongside the human team.
Exactly. AI can analyze building data, generate insights, and offer suggestions that can help architects and engineers create more efficient, sustainable, and aesthetically pleasing structures. It can help optimize the use of space, materials, and energy, leading to more innovative and cost-effective designs.
That's fascinating. And what about the construction process itself? Can AI help streamline or improve that as well?
Absolutely. AI can streamline the construction process, helping to optimize workflows, manage resources more effectively, and even predict potential problems before they arise. This can lead to, significant time and cost savings, as well as safer and more efficient construction sites.
It's amazing how AI can touch every stage of a building's life, from the initial design concept to the day-to-day operation.
It really is.
And speaking of cutting-edge technology, the ebook mentions something called digital twins. What are those exactly?
Digital twins are a game changer in the world of facilities management. Imagine a virtual replica of a building that exists in the digital realm. This digital twin is connected to the real building through a constant flow of data from sensors and other sources, mirroring its real-world counterpart.
So it's like a dynamic, living blueprint of the building that's constantly updating in real time.
Yes.
What's the advantage of having that?
The advantage is immense. AI can use this digital twin to run simulations, test different scenarios, and even predict how the building will perform under various conditions. It's like having a crystal ball that can peer into the building's future.
That sounds incredibly powerful. What are some practical applications of this digital twin technology?
Well, for starters, AI can use the digital twin to optimize energy use.
Okay.
It can simulate different HVAC settings, lighting configurations, and even the impact of renewable energy sources. This allows facilities managers to fine-tune the building's performance and minimize its environmental impact, all in a virtual environment before implementing changes in the real world.
So it's like a virtual laboratory for testing out different sustainability strategies.
Exactly. And the beauty is that these simulations can be run without any disruption to the actual building or its occupants. It's a safe and efficient way to experiment and optimize.
That's brilliant. Are there any other ways that digital twins are being used in facilities management?
Absolutely. AI can also use the digital twin to predict maintenance needs. By analyzing the data from the building sensors, AI can identify potential issues before they become major problems, allowing for proactive maintenance, which minimizes downtime and extends the lifespan of equipment. It's like having a virtual mechanic who's always monitoring the health of your building.
It's amazing how AI and digital twins are working together to make buildings more efficient, sustainable, and resilient. But with all this talk about AI, I can't help but wonder about the role of humans in this future. Are we going to see robots taking over all the jobs in buildings?
That's a common concern. But the reality is much more nuanced. While AI will undoubtedly automate certain tasks, it's not about replacing humans, but rather about augmenting their capabilities.
Okay.
Think of it as a partnership where AI takes care of the repetitive and data-heavy tasks, freeing up humans to focus on what they do best: critical thinking, problem solving, and those tasks that require a human touch.
That's a reassuring perspective. It's not about humans versus robots, but rather about humans and robots working together to create a better future for buildings and the people who use them. Speaking of the future, what are some of the key trends we can expect to see in, AI-powered facilities management in the coming years?
Well, one of the most significant trends is the increasing focus on sustainability. We've already talked about how AI can play a major role in making buildings more eco-friendly, but it goes beyond just energy efficiency. We're talking about AI-powered systems that optimize resource allocation, reduce waste, and even implement circular economy principles.
It sounds like AI is becoming the ultimate sustainability tool.
It really is. And another major trend is the rise of hyper-personalization.
Okay.
We've touched on how AI can create personalized experiences for occupants, but hyper-personalization takes it to a whole new level.
What does that look like? How is it different from regular personalization?
Hyper-personalization involves AI analyzing vast amounts of data about individual occupants, including their preferences, behavior patterns, and even their biometrics. This allows the building to anticipate their needs and create incredibly tailored experiences.
Wow, that's impressive. So the building could, adjust temperature, lighting, even suggest music based on my mood or energy level. That's pretty futuristic.
It is futuristic, but it's also becoming more and more realistic. Imagine walking into your office and the building automatically adjusting the lighting to your preferred brightness, knowing you're sensitive to bright lights in the morning. Or the building suggesting a healthier lunch option from the cafeteria because it knows you've been ordering a lot of pizza lately.
That's amazing. But it also raises some concerns about privacy, right? Is all that data being collected about me? Who has access to it?
You're right to raise those concerns. Data privacy and security will be paramount as AI becomes more integrated into our buildings. Organizations will need to be transparent about how they collect and use data and implement robust security measures to protect this information.
It seems like finding the right balance between personalization and privacy will be crucial as we move forward with these technologies. What are some other trends we should be keeping an eye on?
Another trend to watch is the increasing integration of AI with other technologies. We've already discussed digital twins, but there's also the exciting potential of combining AI with robotics, blockchain, and even virtual and augmented reality.
Wow, it sounds like the possibilities are endless. Where do you think all of this is heading? What's the ultimate vision for AI and facilities management?
The ultimate vision is to create buildings that are truly intelligent, self-adapting, and seamlessly integrated into the fabric of our lives. These buildings will anticipate our needs, enhance our well-being, and operate in a way that is both efficient and sustainable. They will be our partners in creating a better future, not just structures we inhabit.
That's a vision I can get behind. But before we wrap up our deep dive, I want to make sure we leave our listeners with some, actionable takeaways.
Okay.
What are the key things they should be thinking about as they consider the role of AI in facilities management?
Well, first and foremost, it's important to remember that AI is not just a futuristic concept. It's already having a real impact on buildings today. The eBook we've been discussing is full of real-world examples of companies using AI to achieve impressive results.
That's right. We've seen how AI is helping organizations reduce costs, enhance efficiency, improve sustainability, and create more personalized experiences for occupants. It's not just a theoretical idea, it's a practical tool that's already making a difference.
Exactly. And that brings us to the second key takeaway. AI is not a one-size-fits-all solution. The specific applications of AI will vary depending on the type of building, its purpose, and the goals of the organization.
So it's not just about buying the latest AI software and hoping for the best. It's about taking a strategic approach and figuring out how AI can best serve the unique needs of each building.
Precisely. And that requires a deep understanding of the challenges and opportunities within the facility. It also involves bringing together different stakeholders, including facilities managers, IT professionals, data scientists, and even the people who use the building.
It sounds like collaboration is key. What other advice would you give to organizations looking to implement AI in a way that benefits both the building and the people who use it?
It's essential to involve the right people in the process. This includes not only the facilities management team, but also IT professionals, data scientists, and even the building occupants themselves. Their input and feedback are invaluable in ensuring a successful implementation that addresses everyone's needs and concerns.
It's a collaborative effort that requires expertise from various disciplines.
Precisely. And by taking a strategic approach that considers these key factors, organizations can unlock the transformative power of AI in facilities management, creating buildings that are not just intelligent, but also human-centered and sustainable.
That's a great point to end on. As we conclude our deep dive into AI-powered facilities management, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought. If your office building, your home, or even your city could learn and adapt to your needs, how would that change your experience? What would that future look like for you?
That's a fantastic question for our listeners to ponder. The potential for AI to create more personalized, responsive, and sustainable environments is truly remarkable. And as we move forward, I believe we'll see even more innovative and impactful applications of AI in the built environment.
It's an exciting time to be witnessing this transformation, and I, for one, am eager to see what the future holds. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI-powered facilities management.
It was my pleasure.
Until next time, keep those brains buzzing. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into AI-powered facilities management. From predictive maintenance to digital twins, it's clear that AI is really changing the game in how we design, build, and operate buildings.
Yeah, it truly is a paradigm shift. And what's most exciting is that we're just at the beginning of this transformation. There's so much more potential for AI to create even smarter, more efficient, and more human-centric buildings.
Before we wrap up, I want to make sure our listener walks away with some key takeaways. What are the big aha moments they should be thinking about?
Well, I think one of the biggest takeaways is that AI is no longer a futuristic concept. It's happening right now. We've talked about companies like CBRE, JLL, ISS, Sodexo. They're all implementing AI solutions and seeing real, tangible benefits.
It's amazing to see how quickly this technology is moving from theory to practice. And the eBook does a fantastic job of highlighting those real-world examples and showing how AI can be applied in various ways to address different challenges.
Exactly. And that leads to another important takeaway. AI isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. The specific applications of AI will vary depending on the type of building, its purpose, and the goals of the organization.
So it's not just about buying the latest AI software and hoping for the best. It's about taking a strategic approach and figuring out how AI can best serve the unique needs of each building.
Precisely. And that requires a deep understanding of the challenges and opportunities within the facility. It also involves bringing together different stakeholders, including facilities managers, IT professionals, data scientists, and even the people who use the building.
It sounds like collaboration is key. What other advice would you give to organizations looking to embark on this AI journey in their facilities?
I'd say start with a clear vision. What are your goals? What do you want to achieve with AI? Once you have a clear understanding of your objectives, you can begin exploring the different AI tools and solutions available and selecting the ones that align with your needs.
So it's all about having a roadmap, knowing where you want to go before you start driving.
Exactly. And along that journey, it's crucial to pay attention to data. AI systems thrive on data. The more data you have, the better the system can learn, adapt, and make accurate predictions.
So investing in data infrastructure is crucial. This includes having the right sensors in place to collect data, a secure system for storing that data, and a way to make that data accessible to the AI algorithms.
You got it. It's all about laying a solid foundation for the AI to work its magic. And finally, I'd emphasize the importance of communication and education. Not everyone is familiar with AI or comfortable with the idea of machines making decisions.
That's where the human element comes in. We need to help people understand how AI works, what benefits it can bring, and address any concerns they might have.
Absolutely. It's about building trust and transparency. And when you do that, you can create a more collaborative environment where humans and AI work together to create a better future for our buildings and the people who inhabit them.
Well, I think that's a fantastic note to end on. We've gone deep into the world of AI-powered facilities management today. It's clear that AI is already making a big splash, and the future is full of even more exciting possibilities. I want to thank you, our listener, for joining us on this deep dive, and a huge thank you to our expert for sharing their insights.
It was my pleasure.
Until next time, keep those brains buzzing.